What's up, all you real beasts? Magic Pat here, and we got a little bit of a unboxing slash not really an unboxing but kinda unboxing video. Got a couple of new things that we're going to try out over the next couple of months, and I figured I'd show it to you. So here we go. Let's get into the stuff that we've picked up over the last couple of weeks. So as you can see right here, I actually picked up a couple of new Penn reels. So we're going to be doing a lot of fishing with Joe from Chat Cats, and I decided to go ahead and upgrade my catfishing equipment. So I was using smaller Abu Garcia reels on my big catfish setups, but I'm actually going to get rid of those. I'm giving one away, and the other one I'm just going to keep and use for, I guess, just regular bass fishing. Might be a swim bait reel, something. I don't know. I'll figure out something with it. But these two reels right here, these bad boys, I'm actually going to be able to put some pressure on some big catfish. So let's actually go ahead and get into it. You see the Penn reels. You see I got a new Shimano reel. And I actually got a really cool Shimano jigging rod. It's the Travala S. It's the medium light. I actually love using jigging rods for stuff. They're usually thinner blanks, and they usually are stronger for their size, so I absolutely love jigging rods. So anyway, let's go ahead and open up these things and see what we got going on. So we'll start with the Penn. Try to do this one-handed. Man, look at that bad boy. That joker looks good. So it is the Squall 40. I got it pre-spooled with 40-pound Monster Andes Blue. It's a really good line. I've used it for years with shark fishing. It's really tough. It's almost kind of like wire. It's a hardcore fishing line, so it's made to be in very tough situations, lots of rocks. It's very abrasion resistant. The reel itself only gets about 20 pounds of drag, 25 if you really max out and hammer down the star drag. But for catfishing, especially from a boat, which is what I'm going to be doing mostly, I mean, this is going to be perfect. You don't need a ton from a boat. You know, if I'm going to do a lot of fishing for the giant catfish from shore, then I'm probably going to go back to my big Penn Slammer, you know, because I can do like 70 pounds of drag and try to stop them from the bank. So, yep, we got two of those. I'm actually going to put these on. Go ahead. Yep, it's got the line on it and everything. I'm actually going to put both of these on my big catfish rods. So one of them is the Catfish Fever. I believe it's a heavy action rod. And then I also got one of the, I think it's the B&M Silver Cats. You've seen me use them before in other videos. I really like that catfish rod. It's really nice, very sensitive to also be strong. So these are going on those two rods. And okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up the Tranx right here. So this bad boy, a little bit more expensive. So these two reels right here, they ran about $120. Actually, I got them on sale. If you go to Penn's website, a lot of their older model reels that are really good, they're still strong and just, you know, overall really, really good technology. They're on sale because they're coming out with newer stuff. So you might want to go ahead and, you know, get a few things. I certainly did. I picked up those two reels. It's hard to beat when those are normally like $180. So for $120, I got one of them, and, you know, with the extra money, just got it spooled up with the mono. But I went ahead and got two of them, and then while I was at it, I went ahead and got a Shimano Tranx 200. So y'all have seen in the videos before, I've used this bass fishing. I have another one of these on a, I believe it's a G Loomis rod. It's their frog rod. It's my topwater setup. I'm actually going to be using this for completely different setup. So it's actually going on that jigging rod. I'm going to do a lot of jigging for stripes and redfish and things of that nature. You know, whenever I get the kayak that I'm supposed to get, that's apparently never showing up. But if I do any pier fishing or off the bridges or anything, I do like to jig around structure. So I'll be using this setup. It's going to be a lighter jigging setup, basically. I'm not going to be going out and trying to catch like amberjack or anything, but you know, a big stripe still can put up a heck of a fight on something like this. So this one right here is the 8.5 gear ratio, so it's super fast, and you know, it's very responsive. Like, it's super responsive. I was throwing those little tiny spider lures that weigh hardly anything just basically across the river the other day. So these are some amazing reels right here. They only get about 12, maybe 13 pounds of drag. It's kind of weak in my opinion for a reel of this like price and stature. You would think that a reel like this would be like 25 pounds of drag, maybe, like max. However, the place that I go to, Summerlin in Columbus, they will actually take these apart and upgrade the drag system on them. The one that I have for frog fishing, I think it gets now about 18 pounds of drag after they replaced the drag with the newer, I guess it's the carbon fiber ones that they gave. They're the dry carbon fiber. You don't have to use oil on the drag system. So I'm actually probably going to take this one down there and get them to upgrade this as well. That'll, you know, substantially increase the drag, but not so much that you have to worry about it like breaking pinions or anything like that inside of it, messing up gears. So overall, that's going to be a really good reel for what I'm trying to do. And as you can see, I went ahead and got some braid. I love Power Pro. I've used it on basically all of my rods. I know everybody says that there's, you know, better braid out there. Everybody's got their brand, but you know, since I started using this as a kid, I have basically never turned back. I've tried a few other braids, and I do like them, but overall, this is probably my favorite go-to. And now this Super Slick throws super far, so I'm very impressed. I went ahead and got a new color. I got the blue. I think it'll look really good on this reel, especially when that reel is paired up on the rod. So that's the reels. I'm going to go ahead and get out this rod. See if y'all can actually take a look at it. I love this style of rod. I absolutely love jigging rods. They are amazing. And this bad boy is no exception. So it's the Travala S. It's the medium light. I wanted a little bit lighter action because I'm not necessarily going for monsters, which, I mean, chances are, with the luck that I have, it'll definitely be monsters I'm hooking into. But this would be a lot more fun, especially from the kayak whenever I finally get it. Just the action that jigging rods have are amazing. So you can see that the guides are really nice Fuji guides. I like these guides. They don't put up a lot of friction whenever your braid's going through. It's a very smooth connection when the braid is touching them. Like, it's smoother than rolling guides, believe it or not. They do less friction than roller guides. Not sure how they make that possible, but I mean, that's so far that's what they've said. That's what everybody has seen. So, you know, until roller guides get better, I'm probably going to stick to this style rod. I really love the long handle too. So the good thing about jigging rods is they've got these massive handles. So the way I fish, I'm a shorter person. I'm not very tall. If you ever meet me in real life, you'll see that I'm about 5'7", 5'8", whatever. Depends on if I'm standing on a hill or not. So, but this joker right here, I can actually tuck it up underneath my arm, and it's perfect. I can sit there, I can fish with it all day, and whenever I'm fighting a big fish, I actually have the extra leverage because it's up underneath my armpit. I don't have to worry about it really torquing on my wrists. Not that I've got weak wrists, but if you've ever fought a big fish on a rod with like a short handle, you know that after a while your hands really start cramping because you're constantly trying to hold the rod in place. And, you know, we here at Real Beast get into some really big fish. It's something that we're good at. It's something we're going to continue to do, hopefully, as long as our luck continues to hold out. But this is basically it. So this setup right here, I'm actually going to do like jigs, like I guess the literal sense of it, like the jig head, lead jig head with some kind of a skirt or a rubber back to it. Basically for the stripes, I'll be fishing straight up and down, but also I'm going to use a lot of the slow pitch jigging blades that you can get. Shimano makes some really good ones. I think that'll be a really good setup for this too. And of course, I'm going to definitely just drop down. Mostly, if I do live bait or if I do bait with this at all, it's probably going to be smaller. I want to try to keep from doing like heavy weights on this setup. It's not really what it's made for. You can make a rod do whatever you want it to, but it won't feel right. So this is a light setup. You really want to fish light if possible. And that's basically it. I am going to put the reel on the rod real quick so we can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and sit y'all down real fast. All the jerking around is probably driving y'all crazy, but if you can see. And so I really like this style of the handle too. The reel seat's real nice. And that split handle looks amazing. The back end of it too is also kind of a square shape. It kind of feels weird at first until you actually like get used to it. Then you realize that it's actually amazing. So yep, get it on there. So this is what that setup is going to look like. It's a pretty good setup. I mean, it's very light. This whole thing is just absolutely light. I mean, it's barely like you're holding anything. Almost dropped it. Wouldn't that have been great? I mean, it's super light. That's going to be incredible fishing with. Like, I can't wait. So we're actually going to Panama City tomorrow. Me and my dad are going to run down to the pier, kind of do a family fishing thing, a little ninja trip. Normally a ninja trip is you go down, you stay the whole day on the pier, and then you come back home. Like, you don't stay in a hotel, but we're going to cheat and stay in a hotel one time, try to get a little bit of sleep. But I plan on trying this setup on the pier. I'm going to test it. I'm going to throw some gotchas or something, just something light. Maybe I could hook into some Spanish and just kind of test this rod out. So you'll actually get to see that video hopefully in the next couple of days. But yeah, as we get more gear and we try out more stuff, I will make more videos. I should be getting ready to actually do a very good review on this setup right here, the reel itself. Actually, I've used it for the last couple of trips on my topwater setup. I feel like a couple more trips and I might be able to have enough information on it to tell you the good and the bad about it. So anyway, that's it, Real Beast. I will catch y'all out on the water, so peace.